Welcome to Tech Room with Loctech. Tech Room is the corporate social responsibility of the Loctech Training Institute. It is a TV program that brings information technology to our community's doorstep. We do this at Loctech because we believe that everyone, regardless of age, gender or financial status, should have access to information technology education. I'm your host, Akila Chikeje, but you can call me the Resident Texas. Let's go. Alright, this is the interview segment that I have with a guest today, and before I reveal my guest on this segment, we're going to be talking about young learners at the Loctech Training Institute. The person that's going to do justice to this conversation is no other than Rita. Welcome to the show, Rita.
Thank you so much.
So kindly introduce yourselves to our audience. Hello,
my name is Mbago Rita Chineye, the sales manager of Loctech IT Training.
All right, welcome to the show, Rita. So we're talking about young learners on learning about tech or gaining tech skills, right?
Yes.
Now, I know some people out there might be asking, how early is it, or what is the appropriate age to expose your kids to gain tech skills? What age would you recommend?
Okay, as early as possible. But we at Loctech here, we recommend our kids from 4 years and above.
Okay.
Yes, because they tend to learn starting from scratch programming, video editing, web design, coding, and so many more.
So you're saying from 4 years old, you can start exposing your child.
Yes.
And you don't think that's too early?
No, it's not, because the world is going digital, and you won't, as a parent, want your child to be left out. So you engage them in tech skills that enable them grow faster and know what is evolving now.
So setting them up for the future that they're going to encounter, that's setting them right and setting them up for their future. That's fantastic. So what is Loctech offering? What's the package that Loctech has for kids during the coming long holidays?
Okay, Loctech IT Training has a 1 month boot camp holiday for kids, which will be running throughout the month of August. So more detailed information will be passed through to our audience.
Okay, so as the time gets closer to the long holidays, we'll get to know more about the offer and the package that Loctech has for our young learners out there. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Thank you for coming on the show, Rita.
You're welcome.
All right. Welcome to the learning segment on today's episode. We have our trainer with us, or our facilitator as they like to call themselves, on today's episode. Welcome to the show, Chisom.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so like I said, last week we did a bit of diving into the Excel spreadsheet and the app and taking a look at some basic Excel formula. I really did learn a lot. But very quickly, tell us what you have for us this week. What are we expecting in the classroom?
So this week I tend to go a bit advanced with the formulas. I tend to show you guys a bit more advanced formulas, a couple of them. Then we'll solve some problems, with the formulas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today is all about a bit of calculation here and there, right?
Yes.
All right. So I don't like too much theory. I love practicals. So let's head right to the classroom.
Welcome to another episode of the Advanced Excel series, the 3rd episode to be exact. My name is Famous Chisom, and I'll be taking you guys on the Advanced Excel series. Last time out, we talked about cell referencing, and some basic formulas, addition, subtractions, and solved percentages, problems, But for today, we are going to get into some more advanced formulas and solve some problems. So let's get straight into it. We have a data set of employee demographics, demographics of some employees, hypothetical employees. That's demographic, meaning their age, address. There's nothing inside the address column, but that doesn't matter. That's, it's not an issue. their names, their job titles, salaries, when they joined, etc., etc. We'll be using this to guide us it will help us master, practice the formulas. There are a lot of, as I said, there are over 1,000 functionalities in Excel. That's including the functions, the formulas, the settings, the use cases, functionalities, just the meaning of functions. So we have multiple formulas in Excel, but I'm going to show you the ones that are very important and essential and a bit advanced. Okay, so getting into it. Starting with the text formula. What the text formula is for is used to edit or manipulate your dates, any kind of dates or actually numbers, but we'll use it for dates. It can be used to make your dates to be in any desirable format of your choice. Any format you want the date to look like, it can look like that. Whether month first and date, whether year first, whether only the year, anyhow you want it to look like, and it can look like that using the text formula. So I'm going to show you 3 different instances of how it works. Let's just get straight into it. You can see my screen. Yeah, so first of all, because we're going to, okay, no problem, let's just get straight into it. Equal to text, and you can, once you open up the bracket of the formula, you see the things inside the formula. Here we can see what is required is the value, that is the cell we want to, the date we want to transform, and the format, the new format we want to transform it to. So let's just work with the end date. We can see here, like, let's look at the ending of this one here, row 9, column K. It is actually in the month, day, year format. Let's just transform it to day, year, month format. Excel understands already that this is in the month, day, year format. So let's just transform it to month, to year, day, month, year format. By doing what? By clicking on the cell and just opening up with the quote. We write GD /MM/YYY. Close the quote, close the bracket, close the formula, and press enter. So now this has transformed from this to this. You can see now, instead of the months coming first, the months come second, because of why I specified it in the MM format. And you can notice that there are some zeros in front of both the month and the day, because of I specified 2 D's and 2 M's. So if I just remove this D and remove this M, it looks exactly the same. In the same way I did it like that, I told you I'm going to show you guys 2 more ways. So I can just quickly just autofill it by doing this, clicking and dragging, and coming here and just saying, instead of the months to show as in short form, specify M 4 times and Y 4 times, sorry, 2, and it's going to, here Y was specified 3 times, it still showed the year in full. So it's very flexible, and you can see here, as I specified M 4 times, it showed me the month in full. And I can also say I want to only see the month, I don't want to see the day, only the month and the year. So just yes, simple and short, I can just remove the D, and if instead of the slash, I can say I want a comma and a space. And yeah, let's say I want the month and the day itself, not just the, something like this can work out as well, something like that. Anyhow you want to edit it, you can make your dates look like that using the text formula. So now moving forward, I will use the max formula. I'm going to show you guys the max formula right now. So it's basically just used, as the name implies, to see the maximum value from a set of values. So equal to max. Inside what is required are numbers or an array. I'm telling you that also an array can be used. So I'm just going to, it's equal to max, open up the bracket, you see what is required. So specify or select the salaries, because we want the maximum salary, as you can see in the column head. Close the bracket and press enter. So 65,000 is this higher salary within, with the salary that we are working with. And apart from specifying a range, you can be like equal to max and just write down some numbers, 100, 3, 4, 5. Obviously 100 is the max, and it will give you the max. Same idea for me, just to see the minimum. I'm just going to quickly do that. Close off the bracket and do the same thing. So as we're moving right, I don't want us to lose track of the data we're working with. So I'm just going to do something called freezing panes. I'm already in the view section. Normally it's here, but I'm in the view section, and I'm going to go here and press freeze pane. So when we are moving, it's here will move for us, here will move to with us. So simple, the same way I did this, I'm just going to copy this formula and move here and change it from max to IN min, and it's going to show me 3. So we know between 100, 3, 4 and 5, 3 is the minimum number. And in the same vein, let's do the len. Let's do the len formula. Len is just the length. We have to from here this point we have now entered text formulas. What we did here were some numerical formula. Min and max are put numerical formulas. That's basically simply formulas that you use to manipulate numbers. So we have entered formulas that are used to manipulate text. Okay. So we're in the len formula. As I said, the text formula is just used to check or see the number of characters in the text to help you. All these text formulas help you when cleaning data with Excel. So equal to len, and let's see the number of characters that's maybe salesman. In salesman, something like that. So yeah, very, very simple. So left is equal to left. Left is a formula. You can write down a formula also in the formula tab. So left is a formula used to extract the left hand side of value of a text cell, in a text in a text cell. Yeah, so if you specify, as you can see, what is required is text and number of characters. So let's say you want to specify, extract the first name from the email of Jim. So left and 3. That is what's the same way for right. So you want to specify, extract the site of the email from Jim, the email site. So you click on the text. Let's say it was 18 characters. Enter. So yeah, let's do 17. So the arts will not show. Yeah. Okay. So trim. For instance, let me just give a space between this how part, this guy's last name. Yeah. So if it was like that, what the trim does is that it's actually clears out any space, from the left hand side to the right hand side of text. So just simple and short, you can see it's now clean. This is what it was before, this is what it was, this is what it is now. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that back to normal. Yeah, so concatenate is used to join two text strings together. Let's combine the first name and last name as an example. Yeah, so first name, yeah, comma, if you want a space in between, you give a space with a quote. Yeah, last name, close the bracket. So see what happened. So if they say I didn't specify this bracket here, this quote, I had the space in between, you see that it's actually, there's no space in between the two names. So if you want a space, which is essential that you do, you have to specify it like this. And look, it's worked out. Substitute. So substitute is a text formula used to substitute values in a text string. So what do I mean? So let's just quickly practice it. So if you don't want to write out the formula and you're seeing the suggestion, and the suggestion of the formula that you want to write comes first, you click on the tab key, so you just automatically write it out for you. So yeah, tab key, what I pressed for that to come out. You can see you need the text, old text, new text, and instance number. We'll talk about the instance number later, but for now you need to specify the cell you want to replace values from. And the old text, you can see my emails have hyphens instead of full stops. So I want to just replace the old text. I'm going to do like this, comma. So I press a comma, you see it. Once I press a comma, see that the new text section comes up. So old text, new text. I'm just going to specify a full stop for the new text, and I'm going to close up my bracket, and you will see now that from my email, which was what I referenced in this formula, it's from the hyphens is now full stops. All the hyphens are transformed to full stops. So what does the instance here mean? With one instance, with two instances, let's talk about that. So if I'm inside this formula now, you can see the last thing I need. If I press a comma, this instance number gets active. So it's required an instance number. So it means that if you want to replace something, it might have occurred more than once. So if you want to replace the first and second, it just allows you to specify the position of whatever you want to replace. So with one instance just means to replace the first hyphen with a comma, as you can see. Let me just increase this. And the second instance means if I specify 2, it means that it wants to replace the second instance of the hyphen with the full stop. Then if I didn't specify any instance, it's just do what it did here, replacing every instance of it. So if let's now we've entered, that's it for all the text formulas I plan to show you. I'm going to enter conditional statements, conditional formulas. If it's a powerful statement in Excel, and almost in data analysis as a whole, Power BI, Python, it's popular, it's everywhere. So it's a conditional statement that allows you to output something based on a set of rules, based on a criteria, based on a limitation. You like, for instance, let's just get into it. This thing is say if older than 30 years, specify old else young. So we want to make a new column that will output old if our employees are older than 30, and if they're not, then young. Yeah, and we'll solve a more complicated if function moving forward. So equal to if. Logical test, that's what is the logic, what is the criteria. Specify the age and be like, if like that's, I'm going to solve this particular one inside this formula bar because this is getting confusing. So if this greater than what? Greater than 30, then value if true. So if that criteria is true, then I want to specify what? I want to specify old, comma, the value if false, so get active. That's else young. Close my brackets just for organizational sake. I'm going to give just space here, and you can see now these guys were older than 30, and you can see they were younger than 30 actually, and they were all young. This guy is older than 30. They are all specified old. Mind you, why this guy is 30 years and still young is because of we said greater than 30. So 30 is not included. 30 is not included. If you want this to be included, you do greater than or equal to, mind you. So it's the right output. So the next more complicated if formula or if function I want to get into is something called nested if. When you use more than one if, when you have more criteria, you need to be flexible, right? So this one, it says if not sales or HR, they fire me. Like maybe you're the analyst of a company and they want to fire people quickly. You're working for Google, thousands of employees, yeah, or you want to just fire everybody from a particular department. Maybe they messed up, who knows? So we have two criteria now. So if they are not sales or HR, then everything else fire. So let's just get into it. So you have to formulate it here. So how to formulate this if formula is very, very basic. So what do you want to do first? You want to keep the HR and keep sales, yeah? Everything else fire, right? So if the you classify from the job title, so if this, yeah, equal to salesman, then what? If someone salesman, they want to keep, right? Else, that's if false. If it's not equal to salesman, then we now want to check again if this same job title is equal to what? HR. Then still, right? Keep. Or else. Fire immediately. Hope I got the spelling correct. Fire immediately. Close the first bracket, close the second bracket. This first bracket is for the second if, second bracket is for this first bracket, yeah, second bracket is for the first if actually. So enter. You can see this guy was in the salesman department. You want to keep him as the question, as the problem suggested. Receptionist was not salesman or HR, fire, and so on and so forth. So I believe with all this, you'll get more conversant with how Excel formulas work. It's a relatively fundamental concept. It's more for the way you build formulas and functions here. It's more fun. It's more, I guess, user friendly than most softwares. That's why it's a very popular application. So just practice it. There are many other ones. So look for more questions online, search more, answer the question of the week, do different things on your own so you get more versed and prepare yourself for the next series where we enter analysis and some other things. So with this, we have come to the end of today's episode. If you would like to learn more or go more in depth or solve more use cases, you can reach us at Loctech. You see me there, we'll put you through. Thank you. Join us for the next episode where we take on analysis, forecasts. We also deal with data efficiency using macros. So expecting to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of today's episode. I'm sure you had fun, you learned something, and it was insightful for you. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Loctech Training. To catch up on all previous training videos, visit us on YouTube at Loctech Training. Like, comment, and share our videos. For inquiries, you can call us on 0703 888 5466. Until same time next week, I remain your resident Texas. Bye-bye.